Greetings, everyone. DFG here, Gideon's Flight. Hey, guys, I want to take a couple of minutes and bring something to your attention that you may or may not be aware of. And this goes back to what I'm going to call and what I'm going to label, you know, um, white privilege. And I know that pisses a lot of people off when they hear a Hebrew Israelite, so-called black man, talking about white privilege because I've never seen a race of people who are so far into denial. I mean, it's amazing. You know, you know. Well, I wanted to say they have their head so stuck up, so far up there. You know what? Their rumps that they can't. How you say, see the forest for the trees. Because I don't know how you could be white in America and not acknowledge you have white privilege, and white in comparison to how everybody else gets treated in this country, in comparison to how you get treated, and you don't see the privilege in that, then you must be a special kind of stupid. But I digress. You know what I'm saying? Let the wicked be wicked and let the ignorant be ignorant. That's what I always say. But I do want to take a moment and just bring this to your attention in case you weren't aware of it. Donald Trump pardoned three soldiers just recently for war crimes, and it's just amazing how arrogant. Not only one of the soldiers who was convicted of criminal war crimes, but also Fox News, and how they're so endearing to this man. I'm going to show you a video about it in a minute, but I'm going to show you something else before I show you that video. But I'm not going to show you all the way to the end of the video. But I heard that these three, they were all emotional and teary-eyed after this particular soldier, this murderous monster, and his arrogance, and how he was embraced by them for doing, their bloody work. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these soldiers are just mercenaries. You know what I'm saying? In other words, they do the bidding of the elitists. They go out there and they do the murdering and the killing of these elitists. And a lot of these newscasters, well, for a lot of these major channels, including Fox News and MSNBC and CNN and ABC and CBS, all of them are all in it together. They're just corporate sponsors, who push out propaganda to give you the illusion that you matter. But in the truth of it, you don't. It's all about, disinformation to keep you buying into this narrative of, what a great job our military does for us and keeping us safe and how proud we are of them, when at the end of the day, some of these guys are just vicious, murderous killers. And the military, just like the police department, is a place for them to be able to go out and be able to practice their trade without any accountability. I'm talking about their vicious, murdering, mentality and, their heart, the evil that's in them. The military, police, and a lot of these warlike agencies are just a safe haven for them to go out and commit these atrocious acts against others, okay? But with that being said, before I share that video, I want to show you, what image America gives you of what a white killer looks like. Then I'm going to show you the image of the white killer they don't want you to see, okay? All right? Now, here's the one they want you to see. Now, this is James Holmes. See how bug-eyed and crazy okay, sorry there, guys. See how bug-eyed and crazy he looks? That's James Holmes. Can you see him? Okay, that's the Aurora killer. Remember back, I think it was Batman that was released, and he went out in the theater in Aurora and shot up a lot of people. Next one here, this is Adam Lanza. Look how bug-eyed he looked. See that? See Sandy Hook shooter? That's the one who did the shooting, Sandy Hook. That's the school in Connecticut where all the kids were killed. Okay? See this one? That's Dalen Roof. He's the one that at Mother Emanuel Church, where he went in and killed all of the black parishioners who were at a Bible study that later on was taken to Burger King because he was hungry before they took him to jail. Said he had no remorse. Adam, you know what I'm saying? That's Dalen Roof. All right? So just to give you an idea of how they portray the killer, this is the white killer that they want you to see, because all of them look bugged-eyed, wigged out, bugged out of their damn mind. So that way, in my opinion, it gives them cover. It gives them cover because then they can plead insanity. Oh, he's just insane. Look, he fell through the crack. Can't you see? You can look at him and see something is wrong with him. He came from a broken home, Now, of course, when it's us, you don't hear all that narrative. You're just beasts. Like Obama said, predators. You know what I'm saying? These thugs. You know what I'm saying? Like Trump said, bust them in the head, when you put them in the car before you put them in the car safe. That's when it's us. You follow me? That's the narrative we get. But when it's them, they show us these pictures of them looking psychotic, okay? But they don't show you the one that you really need to be afraid of. See, Adam Lanza and Dylan Roof and James Holmes, those are anomalies. Probably individuals who were on some type of medication, mind-altering drug, and they were pushed out there intentionally. And I know you're going to say, okay, that's a conspiracy, Dale. Yeah, right. All things that can't be validated are going to be perceived as a conspiracy, even though they may be true. When people don't agree or have facts, of course they're going to call it a conspiracy. Then somewhere down the road, we realize, oh, it was true. I digress again. All right? But that's the picture they give you. These bugged out white men who looked like somehow or another they were, it wasn't really their fault. They were just for the moment, momentarily out of their minds. Okay, now let me show you the killer that you really need to be concerned about. Because James and Adam and Dylan, a bunch of young stupid cowards, best I can say about them. But they're not the ones who that are walking among you that you don't notice. I want you to see the ones who are marked. I want you to see what they look like, the ones that you need to start looking out for. And this is for anybody who wants to see or share this video, do what you want to do with it. But this is mainly for Hebrew Israelites, because these are the ones who, when they're coming back from these wars, they're going to be moving next door to you or down the street from you or policing your communities. And you need to understand, what he looks like. Okay, you need to have some understanding of what to be to protect your little boys and your little girls from. And say, look, when you see this one here, this is the one. This is the monster. All right, this is the vicious killer. Okay, these are the vicious killers who don't have any accountability. They don't get held accountable. They get pardoned, and they give a free pass to get on national television and to tell you just how great life is, how great it is to be an American. These are them. You ready? Okay, now it's short, 2 minutes, and then I'll close up. Watch this.
For two service members, Army Lieutenant Clint Lawrence and Army Green Beret Major Matt Goldstein. Lieutenant Lawrence was convicted of what's being characterized as a war crime while he was deployed to Afghanistan.
Not characterized as a war crime, was a war crime. So pretty sure shooting up a group of civilians in Afghanistan and then covering it up and then being convicted of it is a war crime. And that war criminal, Clint Lawrence, went on Fox and Friends, Donald Trump's favorite morning show, let's call it that, garbage, to praise him effusively.
I love you, sir.
Look at it.
You're awesome. You and your, I'll say this, Mr. President, I wish you had a better team around you. You need more people watching your back. I can't tell you enough how much I appreciate President Trump and Vice President Pence. And I love them. They're awesome. Yeah. They're great people. To me, it's life-changing. To my family, it's life-changing. To our military, it's life-changing.
Ugh, gross.
Now we'll stop right there.
That guy gunned down.
This guy, as the commentator was about to say, gunned down innocent civilians in Afghanistan, shot a whole group of them, murdered them, and then tried to cover up the murder. And he got a 19-year prison sentence, served 6 years, and Donald Trump pardoned him. But that's not the end of it. As you can see, now Fox News is making him out to be a hero. Look, this great guy. And if you watch that whole, I'm sure you can find it if you want to look it up. But you'll watch that whole little episode. They never one time bring up what this guy did. They talk about, he goes on talking about the Pentagon. Even the Pentagon said this guy should have been in prison. Even the Pentagon, the generals and the Pentagon said what this guy did was deserving of 20 years in prison, 20 years in prison, which was a life sentence for what they were concerned. Then now this guy is criticizing the Pentagon, as well, talking about, they get elected since the generals, get elected by government officials, so they really don't count. Since when? But again, I digress. More importantly, what I want you to see, and I want to give it to you one more time, not the video. I just want to show you what a vicious, murdering, killer looks like. All right? So you don't ever get it confused. All right? Because he doesn't look, I'm going to follow me here. Dale and Ruth. See, these are the ones they want you to see. All right? Adam Lancer, the Sandy Hook killer. That's the one. You see how bugged out he looks? James Holmes, the Aurora, Colorado killer. Okay? This is the one they don't want you to see. Him. See that one? See, that's the one that's policing your streets. See, that's the one that's the employer of the employees where you're working. That's the one who's running for government official, for government, official job. That's your future mayors, your congressmen, your senators. All right? See, those are the ones that they hide from us. Because they don't want you, because see, that's the one that they're protecting. But that's the vicious of all of the little vicious monsters. That's what the vicious ones really look like. And you need to show this to your children. You need to show this to your daughters and your sons and warn them. So when they go off into college or wherever you may send them off, that when he comes upon them like a sheep in wolf in sheep's clothing and tells them about how he loves everybody and he loves black people and he loves your beautiful black daughter and wants to date her, and then get her drugged up in this fraternity, then take her out back somewhere and rape her, and then he gets caught in this crime, and then the judge tells him, we can't mess up your life. He's just a young kid. He just made a mistake, so he gives him 6 months, probation. Yet your black child and sons and daughters are getting life in prison for the exact same crimes. That's a true story. Just so you know. So you open up the eyes to your children. You show them this message. Keep them aware. You follow me? Keep them aware. You follow me? It goes back to this thing comes to my mind. If the enemy that we don't know is the enemy we need to be afraid of. The ones that's hiding in the backdrop, blending in with the rest of them. Yeah, and he's there. Probably watching this video too. Probably despising my black ass. But I'm good with it. I hope you are too. Love you guys. I'm going to keep it coming. I am going to keep it coming. I'm going to keep it coming. So stay tuned. Talk to you later, guys. DFG.